Meanwhile, a silent epidemic is taking over Pakistan. It's not an epidemic caused by bacteria or viruses, but one caused by Pakistani men. What is that epidemic? Domestic violence. Incidents of domestic violence are on a steady rise in the country. The Asian Development Bank has released a damning report titled Gendered Impacts of the COVID-19 Pandemic in Central and West Asia. The report conducted a survey in the Pakistani provinces of Punjab and Sindh. And what did the report discover? A staggering 40% increase in incidents of threats of physical violence and a 46% spike in physical assault from spouses. Let me just give you some numbers just to put this in perspective. 14% of surveyed women knew someone in their community who was threatened with physical harm by the husband. 19% knew of someone who was physically assaulted by the husband. 27% knew of cases where children were physically assaulted by their parents. These numbers depict a stark reality of women and children in Pakistan and what they have to go through. They are bearing the brunt of this increase in domestic violence. And what is causing this drastic spike in violence? The report claims that the rate of violence against women and girls increased significantly due to loss of livelihood. Pakistan is currently going through a turbulent economic period. We've been telling you about this. And this is now translating into pressure in the domestic realm as well. The lack of gender strategies and gender equality laws was also underlined in Pakistan. So what really are the options for the country to treat this epidemic? Stakeholders who belong to various sectors of the society highlighted the need to develop and strengthen women's entrepreneurship as a top priority, the importance of the private sector and the role it can have in promoting gender equality and women's empowerment was also repeatedly emphasized upon. Pakistan is also a country where agriculture is one of the main sectors of employment. The report urges the stakeholders to underline the need to pay more attention to women in agriculture. Policies related to land, agricultural services, technology should be designed and implemented in gender-responsive ways. Here's another aspect stressed upon by the report. There is a need to design and strengthen programs that aim at developing women's capacity to grow their businesses. And how can that be achieved? Integrated loans and training programs. These measures can help women to transition from microfinancing to standard banking. And then there are measures to protect women who are caregivers and homemakers. Social protection programs can be developed which can support unpaid caregivers and avoid any untoward penalizing by the men of the house for their lack of income. So where does this leave us? This shows that Pakistan is still a long way from eradicating domestic violence, and this silent epidemic is already here and has the capability to affect millions of Pakistanis. WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the updates on the move.